Obrigado. Não. Ok,
Back again?
continuando as
What is it
aventuras
that you wish to learn?
de Clever Osvaldo. Okay, Wayload's armies march. An army of orcs and Akashic knights marches west from Wayload, not to seize land or resources for the kingdom, but merely to murder any who resist their malefic majesty's plan for Valisthia.
Here you are. The state of the realm is ever changing.
Okay, I must say the key.
You need anything, you just ask. We might not have your uncle's resources, but a resource for us, we've got it in spades.
He swears he'll take his medicine, but it's up to you to see that he doesn't just take it with him.
Please, Your Grace, stay strong. My Lord Marquis. It was the greatest honor of my life.
To be appointed protector to His Grace, I have served him in that capacity since he first began his journey across Valisthia, the purpose of which was twofold: to further the Undying's knowledge of Ultima, and to further His Grace's knowledge of you, my lord. After he learned of your survival, your brother insisted that we try to trace your movements. Thanks to the investigations of my fellow acolytes, we learned of your having taken the name of Sid. Our journey together is at an end. His Grace bids me remain here and protect those you and he hold
So
dear.
I bid you.
My lord, if I may be so bold, please look after him in my stead. Ask about the hideaway.
Your companions are kind indeed.
Everyone has been most welcoming. Lady Taria has been especially gracious. Deixa eu só ver aqui uma coisa. Okay. It's been gracious. Though I know something of the medical arts, it is hardly enough to warrant the claim of one so skillful.
I must admit.
At first I thought that her praise was sincere. We Undying are trained in what few simple skills might serve us in a field, but there is certainly no praise for those who excel in such endeavors.
I see now.
That this is your way. You encourage each other, that each might lend their strength to the cause, no matter how seemingly slight their contribution.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Tarja and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
For Joshua? Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort.
Stonerwort?
It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, Yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stone and water itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonewort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Phoenix, heal thyself.
I had only thought to ask for your assistance in finding a new source of Stonewort. But if you're sure about collecting it from the flood by the aqueduct, I should be most grateful, my lord.
Nossa!
Fly, Ambrosia!
Fly, Ambrosia. Boa. Ambrosia mashed.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our Stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Passei a minha água. What? 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 Não, por acaso tem. Vai buscá-las. É, 10:00. E depois dizem que eu é que sou pontual. Ok. Fica por aqui. Sing a song for the broken heart. Pam, 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 pam. Ué, onde é que... Não sei. Está algo seguindo o sofá. Que...
Ele não estava ali.
Ah,
Puseste ali.
estava ali. Tu pousaste.
Ai, não vou ali.
Tu pousaste e eu só escondi com a
Better
almofada.
collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right, that should do it. Let's get these back to Yotei.
Well, that was quick.
Yotei, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Jesus.
You and your brother really are alike, my lord. Though selflessness is a virtue, I beg you, please take more care of yourselves.
Ok. Não há mais nenhuma site.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
I suppose you've got quite the tale to tell.
Quite the tale. Quite the tale.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I have no...
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient?
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example. One that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Mummy.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles for a short...
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most of them?
We all know that bearers have a resilience.
They sing the song from the broken heart.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
They sing the song from the broken heart.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge
Ask
lost,
about
if I may
Joshua.
observe.
Your brother is possessed of a rare gift, and I do not mean the flames of the phoenix. Words, Clive. His findings on Ultima and the Circle of Malleus are worthy of the great Moss himself. Should he choose to devote himself to this path, I hazard he could one day become quite the historian. But not before you and he finish your own
History can
story.
wait.
After all, for that is what it does.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. You wish to study the tomes?
Wildermake, formerly the most powerful kingdom in Nash, until Barnabas Tamer led his armies in rebellion against its rule and established its own kingdom of Alud upon its still smoking ruins. Barnabas Tamer, king of Alud and dominant of Odin, the warden of darkness. Barnabas is also a feared warrior in his own right. After journeying to Valisthea from the outer continent as a young man, he led his people in overthrowing the ancient kingdom of Veldermark that once ruled northern Ash and established his new kingdom of Alud upon its ruins. The Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion, was prominent across the entirety of Valisthea. Its key ideologies were rooted in the sacred nature of the mother crystals and the worship of Ultima as a god. Though long since faded, scholars believe the faith eventually branched off into what is now widely known as the Crystalline Orthodox. The Journal of Moss. The Annals of Moss the Chronicle, a scholar of Valisthean history noted for his singular insights. Indeed, Moss Moses Ernell is one of the few histories to speak at any length concerning the ancient circle of Malias and the creature they worshipped as their god, Ultima. Both Moss and his journal were all but removed from public life as the insistence of rival scholars, but at Joshua's request the Undying were able to track down a copy of the prized tome. Dion Lesage, dominant of Bahamut, Warden of Light. After laying waste to much of the crystalline dominion in an Ultima-inspired frenzy, Clive evacuated him to the hideaway where Taria labored to mend his wounds. Finally awake, he escaped to the Dominion to survey the damage he had done and collapsed from shock, awakening again to find himself in the care of a young medicine girl named Kel. Yote, a member of the Undying, a secret society sworn to protect and serve the Rossfields of Rosarian, the dominant of the Phoenix, who is always born in their line. While it is her sworn duty to serve and protect Joshua Rossfield, her true feelings for him run far deeper. Even after Joshua relieved her of her obligation to protect him and asked her to protect Clive's hideaway instead, she still worries for the sickly prince's health. Kiel, an orphan girl who pays for her bread by making and selling medicines. The travels took her from Dalmeki to the Crystalline Dominion, where she nearly lost her life when the city was all but destroyed by Bahamut. After the flames died down, she labored to mend the wounds of the injured townspeople, eventually coming across a collapsed Prince Dion, who she nursed back to health. Moss the Chronicle, far-fabled scholar of Alisfian history and legend. It was Moss's writings that inspired Harpocrates to pursue his own career as a scholar of all things Alisfian. In his later years he delved into the hidden history of Ultima and the Circle of Malleus, but alas, his findings were denounced as baseless speculation in certain scholarly circles. As a result, Moss's theories received little widespread notice and were all but stricken from the historical record. Stonir, capital of the Kingdom of Valud, located on the coast of Frig's Calm, Ash's northmost bay. Its mother crystal drake spine sits just offshore and is connected to the city proper via a massive span that legends say required 100 years and an entire mountain's worth of stone to construct. The continent visits a vast landmass situated far from Valicia's shore. Aside from the most intrepid traders and the odd, particularly curious scholar, few have been known to brave the journey there and or back, for which reason the character and customs of its people also remain a mystery to most.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
Okay.